Alright, welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk Better Call Saul, episode 6 and 7 reviews. More like mini discussion. I'm going to keep this quick, and I mean it. Most likely not. I always lie. Anyway, a lot of people were asking me if I gave up on Better Call Saul. No, I'm not going to give up. I'm always going to watch the episodes. I'm definitely going to finish season 2 all the way through. I do not know if I will be coming back to review season 3. I honestly do not know. At this time, if I stay as busy as I am lately, I will most likely be substituting, getting rid of Better Call Saul and picking something else up, something else to make videos on, because it's not doing well for me. First off, the motivation to make the videos and what I find from the episodes isn't really there. I'm not enjoying it as much, and it makes the discussions and the reviews a little shitty. I can keep it 60-second reviews. I can do something called like a 120 and just bang out a 2-minute review on each episode. Something small, no edits, no images, something like that. So maybe, but let's talk about episodes 6 and 7. I enjoy the Mike stuff. You guys already know that's my favorite part with Mike. And I love in episode 6 where he walked into the house and he knew those guys were there and turned the TV on and waited for them. That was awesome. And then when he goes into the restaurant, I love how it's blending in. And the first thing I turned to my grandfather and said, because I watch it with my grandfather, that's our show. And the first thing I turned to him and said, hey, we never saw how Salamanca is his name, right? We never saw how or heard how he got in the wheelchair, right? Maybe we did in season 1. Maybe Tuco said something like it was a stroke or something like that. But I was like, man, wouldn't that be crazy if Mike put him there? Or at least maybe put him there, in the first place, and then later a stroke made him use the bell. I don't know, something. So I thought that would be crazy if Mike did. And it's starting to look like, for the previews for the next episode, it's starting to really look like that might be the case. And so I'm very excited for that. Another thing you guys, if you guys follow what I was talking about before this episode aired, my 2 favorite moments, one from 6 was where Mike handled the Salamanca stuff in his house. And then in episode 7, my favorite moment was actually with Better Call Saul changing his suits. I've been waiting for that moment since they put that promo image, and I loved it. And that's pretty sad, I think, where your favorite moment from the episode is a guy hanging up colored suits. But it's true, the symbolism there, and what that does, and how that's connecting and going more towards, the birth of Saul Goodman. I'm all for it. So I love that. That moment when he set them on the hanger, I knew it. Before he even zipped them open, I knew it was coming. And he zips them open, and sure enough, colored suits. But it got me wondering, though, because was he doing the colored suits just to get fired, or was it because he likes them? Now, I know he was trying to get fired. That's clear as day. So hold off on the 1,000 comments about that. But does he actually like the colored suits? Because I know in season 1, when he went to get fitted for a suit, he walked over to a colored suit and he was like, oh. So it made me think and it made me feel good knowing that he likes it. That's his style. But here it was like he was just using that because it was ridiculous and he wanted to get fired and it didn't fit with them. But they didn't do a good job at making it feel like this is, his style, plus it's going to get him fired. Like, his own personal style and taste will get him fired. I felt like they didn't do a good job because instead of keeping with those wild suits, his own personal style, he goes back to wearing the boring, dull, regular lawyer suits when he goes to talk with Kim. So that kind of threw it off for me. I wish he would have just stuck with the wild suits, but maybe it'll be like a slow transition from that into the wild suits. Anyway, I thought we were getting more episodes this season, but I know the previews said we're only getting 3 more, which would make it, 10 episodes, which is what we had last year, if I remember correctly. I don't know, because I didn't watch season 1 over again. I have tried this hard to make myself... My 6-year-old daughter she loves Saul Goodman. She's seen him on commercials, and for whatever reason, she thinks he is just entertaining as shit. She stayed up and watched the premiere with me of season 1, and then a couple more episodes she caught bits and pieces of. and she is always saying, if you're in trouble, who do you call? Better call Saul. And every time we see it in the store, she's like, Dad, buy that, let's watch it. My 6-year-old, you know? And I'm like, I just can't pull myself to do it because I'm not interested in watching season 1 again. And that is something I'm starting to unfortunately feel about season 2. Even though it's interesting, I love the story, love the acting, love the characters, and I love seeing it play out. There's no replay value for me. I already know right now I don't want to rewatch episode or season 2 again. With Breaking Bad, I bought the complete season. I got that to finish out with my grandfather, and then at least once a year I know I'm going to be binging Breaking Bad because I absolutely love it. Maybe once every other year, who knows. But I know I really enjoy going back and rewatching that. Same thing for other TV shows. Like, I really enjoy going back and rewatching The Shield every couple years, or Sons of Anarchy, Lost, The Walking Dead, absolutely. But Better Call Saul, right now I can see myself rewatching it in like 5 years. Until I forget, you know. You ever see those shows where they're okay, you enjoy them while you're watching them, but the replay value's not there, and then you'll wait, and then 5 years down the line, when you get a little older, you start liking things a little differently, and da-da-da-da, and some things you like a little better, or some things you forget, and you're like, oh man, I forget that, yeah, that's right, da-da-da. That's kind of where Better Call Saul is for me. Like, I like it. I want to see their stories come alive on the screen, but there's no replay value, and that might not seem important now for the review, but it really is, because the non-existing replay value is, in my opinion, what's hurting the season in my eyes, as far as it not being really entertaining. My grandfather, older, enjoys the slow stuff. He's the one who put me on to Breaking Bad in the first place. And he caught the episode, part of it, before I did. And I wanted to start from the beginning, and he started it late. And when I finally got there to watch it with him, he's like, it's one of those episodes again, you know. It's the fly, he calls it, from Breaking Bad, where the worst episode in the Breaking Bad was the fly. That's all they were doing, is trying to kill a fly the whole season, or the whole episode. Same thing here. It keeps revealing more and more of the story, and I can't say this, I feel like a broken record. I am a broken record. I like it. Characters, like them. It's just not moving at that pace. Finally, though, he lost his job, so we can get rid of that shit. Which, in the big scheme of things, now it feels like a waste of time. I kind of feel like that's going to circle back around somehow. But anyway, I don't know. I'm still here. I might skip the next 3 episodes as far as doing a review, and maybe just the next video I do of Better Call Saul will be reviewing the next 3 episodes in one shot, or possibly 2 episodes, and then the final review, I'll review the last episode and then the whole season overall. So if you do not see Better Call Saul from here on out, I will do a review on the last episode, definitely, and the overall season all in one episode. Alright guys, so thoughts and opinions as usual about Better Call Saul, the last 2 episodes we just watched, 6 and 7 if I'm not mistaken. I might have lost count. Put those opinions down in the comment box. I'm done talking, it's your turn.
Subscribe now.